What's good, guys? My name is Arnimane, and welcome to the 66th episode of Would You Rather. If you missed any of the previous episodes, feel free to click on the link in the description below. It'll take you to the entire playlist. And of course, if you have any Would You Rather questions that you would like me to answer, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below, and I will answer them in next week's episode. But without further ado, let's move on to your guys' Would You Rather questions. Kicking off this week, our first question comes in from Smashing Snow, who asks, would you rather live in a world without any problems or where you rule? See, if I was to live in a world where I rule, I would just be flooded with problems after problems after problems, and then I have to be the one to solve them. And this just sounds really stressful, something that I wouldn't want at all. Granted, I could get people to do those problem solving for me, but again, it's just a lot of hassle. I think I would much rather live in a problem-free world, in my opinion. It's just to me, it just seems like it'd be something that would be more, I guess, livable or easy. I guess maybe I just want to take the easy way out. I don't know, but it sounds like that's less stressful. It's just easier, and I can just be easygoing, and I don't have to worry about anything. If it's a problem-free world, what am I going to worry about, right? So I think I would much rather live with that. I mean, as awesome as ruling the world would be, like I said, it's a lot of hassle, a lot of problems that I really don't want to deal with. I don't at all. So I think I would much rather live in a world without any problems. Thanks for your question, Smashing Snow. Let's move on to our next question, which comes in from Egthin324, who asks, would you rather be 400 pounds and have a super high voice, or be 90 pounds and have a really deep voice? See, the thing that's throwing me off a lot is the 400 pounds. And the super high voice. Like, as funny as that would be to see, I would not want to be 400 pounds, not at all. That's very, very unhealthy, and I probably won't even make it to 35. I'll probably end up, keeling over. But then again, 90 pounds is pretty unhealthy as well. But I would assume that being 90 pounds is more manageable than 400 pounds. I mean, 400 pounds gives you, a lot of like back pains, knee pains, leg pains, so on and so forth. While just 90 pounds just means, I guess you're fragile. I really don't know. But even still, being 90 pounds and having a really deep voice, that'd be hilarious as hell. So I think I would much rather be 90 pounds just because of the health factors that come along with being 400 pounds. Either way, it's still funny to have someone who's 400 pounds and a super high voice, or 90 pounds and have a really deep voice. So yeah, I think I would much rather be 90 pounds and have a really deep voice. Still funny, but I don't have to worry about all the health problems that comes along with being 400 pounds. So thanks for your question, Ekton. Let's move on to our next question, which comes in from Michelle G, who asks, would you rather have 2 close friends or so many friends that you cannot see them all? I would much rather just have 2 really close friends, just because that's what I like. Having too many friends that I can't see them all, then what's the point of having all these friends? What's the point? Back in high school, I had tons and tons of friends, and I hardly saw any of them, and I hardly got close to any of them. I think I only got close to maybe 4 of them or so, and it just, to me, it just seems like it was really a big waste of time to have, let's just throw a number there, say 30 friends, and there's no close connection with them. I can't talk to them about any personal things, because they're more or less just acquaintances, because I don't get to see them all the time. But where I have 2 close friends, I can tell them my deepest, darkest secrets, and I know that they're gonna stay, secret, because the closer I am to them, the more I trust them, and the more they trust me, and so on and so forth. It just feels like it's a more meaningful friendship or relationship than it would be if I had 30 fucking friends. So, anyways, thanks for your question, Michelle G. Let's move on to our next question, which comes in from Swerve It Up, who asks, would you rather every time you go to sleep you have the worst nightmares that make you wake up in a sweat for a year? Why am I having trouble reading this? Or have panic attacks at the most random times for a year? Have the worst nightmares that makes you wake up in a sweat for a year. So it's that every day for a year? and have panic attacks at the most random times for a year. I'm guessing this like random times throughout the day, every day for a year. Probably the panic attack. No. Now, you know what? The worst nightmares. I think the worst nightmares that make me wake up in a pool of sweat for a year. Because panic attacks are not fun. Not fun at all. I've had a couple panic attacks before. I remember one time, I think it was the first time I had was flying. I had a little panic attack. Not like a huge one where I make a big deal out of it. It's just like, you know, I had a little panic attack in my seat kind of thing. But it's not fun. It's not fun. Even though it was just a little tiny panic attack, it was not fun at all. Just stressing out over everything and worrying. But not, to me, like nightmares or dreams, that's all it is a dream. It's nothing special about it. Nothing's real. And dreams don't really fuck with my mind at all. I just pass it off, you know, just whatever. It's like a movie while I sleep. That's pretty much what I take a dream as, or a nightmare as. So in terms of a psychological standpoint, nightmares do nothing to me. The only thing that would probably be really annoying is waking up in a pool of my sweat every day for a year. That would really suck. It really, really suck. Expect like, okay, the work, like, because like in the summertime it gets really hot here. The only thing I have to keep me cool is a fan. And so at nighttime I do sometimes wake up in a pool of my sweat, and it's just disgusting. Just disgusting. Like, I had to get up and get a shower right away because that's how disgusting it is. But I think it'd be much better than having a panic attack every day at random times for a year. It just sounds really, really shitty and stressful. And I would freak out about everything, and I don't know. Like I said, it just sounds really stressful, and it being really stressful may take off a couple years of my life. So I think I'd much rather just take the nightmares every day for a year, rather than having panic attacks every day for a year. It just sounds really, really, really crappy in my opinion. But let's move on to our next question, which comes in from Mr. E. Cruz, who asks, would you rather be only able to eat meals made by Epic Mealtime or become a vegetarian? This is an easy question. Come on. Who would pass up an Epic Mealtime meal? Like, I would love to eat an Epic Mealtime meal every day. Sometimes they make some really disgusting stuff, like to do with fish and octopus and stuff like that, but oh my god, some of the stuff they make, like their fast food lasagna, I would die to have that every day. Oh my god. But a vegetarian? Really? Why would I want to be a vegetarian? I don't enjoy salads as much as I do meat. I don't enjoy vegetables as much as I do meat. It just seems like a very bland lifestyle, in my opinion. Like, no offense to anybody who is a vegetarian. You know, you do your thing. Just being a vegetarian is not for me. I'd much rather sit there and eat bacon every day. Eat all my meals with bacon. Wrapped bacon. That sounds delicious, not gonna lie. But thanks for your question, Mr. E. Cruz. Let's move on to our last Would You Rather question, which comes in from Quitta, who asks, would you rather post on YouTube and never have a girlfriend or wife, or have a girlfriend and never be able to post on YouTube again? I guess that's actually kind of tough. I guess if YouTube is like my full-time job, I'm making a living off of it, I wouldn't give it up for a girlfriend. I would, because this is one of those jobs that you enjoy. Like right now, it's just a hobby for me. Like if you're asking me right now, I would give it up for a girlfriend, just because this is just a hobby for me. It's not a full-time job. Simple as that. But if this was where YouTube was my full-time job, then I would obviously not give that up. I would not give up my entire, my entire income, my life savings, all my life's work, I guess you could say, just for a girlfriend. It just seems like a really bad life decision, if that makes any sense to you. So right now, in my position, I would take the girlfriend over YouTube, just because, like I said, it's just a hobby. It's not a job. I'm not making any money whatsoever. So there's no real loss if I give it up, other than losing out on you guys, my beloved subscribers. But If this was my full-time job, my life, my career, whatever you want to call it, then no, I wouldn't give it up. But thanks for your question, Quino. That was actually really good. Thank you. But guys, thanks for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, hit that like button for me. I would appreciate it. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already. And as always, stay dirty.